on Facebook. We'll see how that comes out. Take a picture of the marsh with the fog and the color. But so, if I could just look at the mosquitoes on my arms. It is, well, still have salt water on them. They have a little bit different look. Good morning. It is another beautiful Saturday morning, and I realized that when I started doing these videos, one of the things that I had in my mind was to explore my world, or explore New Hampshire, and show different parts of New Hampshire that a lot of people don't get to see, and maybe that they don't know about, and challenge myself to find photos in places where I've been before but never really looked at it from a photography perspective. So I had kind of drifted away from that, and I just kept going back to the same place over and over again, and still taking, having fun with photography, but it kind of lost what I was trying to do in the first place, which was go on adventures and show various places that are just beautiful and everybody should know where they are and take pictures. So that's where I'm headed this morning. Headed to Newmarket, New Hampshire, which is about a half hour from my house. And I actually got up at a reasonable time this morning. Looking at the sky, it's clear as can be, so there are no clouds, which makes for boring photos. But that's fine. Where we're going this morning, it's on the water, so it's on Great Bay, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be sunrise, and so we're going to have some fun out there regardless. Another challenge that I'm giving myself today is to make a slightly higher quality video. So that means I'm taking a lot of B-roll and editing it together and have a little fun with it. So I've only been doing it for about 20 minutes or so, and I can already tell it's going to take up most of my morning just to take B-roll shots. So we're going to have fun with it, and it's going to be a good morning. Alright, well, I made it to the first part of our adventure this morning. So this is the Sweet Trail in Newmarket, New Hampshire, which starts out here at the bay and then makes its way inland through swamps and marshes and river and forest. It goes about 3 miles inland or 4 miles inland, so you got back and forth about 8 miles worth of trails to navigate. So made it down here. It is buggy as heck, so if you see me swatting, that's what I'm doing. And I think I have my composition here. I'm out here in the middle of this marsh grass. It's very, very low tide. The sun is coming up, and there are just some amazing colors coming into the sky right now. A little bit of cloud at the horizon there, which will certainly add a little bit of interest to the photo. And I've got the estuary, I think it's an estuary, I think that's what you call it, that kind of S's out to the bay, and I think that's going to make for a nice composition. So it'll be a combination grass, estuary, bay, sun photo. Alright, and I'm going to keep swatting flies. Be back with you. Well, sunrise is pretty much done. I'll take a walk around and see if there's any more compositions that I can find in this area. If not, try not to get my feet too wet. Oh, that was yucky. Oh, that's marsh water. That's gonna stink. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep moving on this trail, and we're gonna hopefully see some more interesting stuff. But I don't want to finish up out here just yet. I want to make sure that I take advantage of being out here. Oh, my feet are soaked. That sucks. Really nice sunrise. Turned out great. We did a little live video on Facebook. We'll see how that comes out. I kind of want to use this. See behind me this low-lying fog. I'm not really sure I don't know if I have a spot. I could just take a picture of the marsh with the fog and the color, but there's just not enough foreground interest for me. I really like to have something strong to set it against. And let's see. It's really tough right now. The bugs have calmed down a little. Either that or they've drained me completely of blood and there's nothing left for them to eat. I say. Almost something here. Almost, I say. Well, that was a dud. I couldn't get my tripod high enough. It really wasn't as interesting. I mean, it was nice to just look at, but as far as the photo goes, it just wasn't all that interesting. So, now we are headed back inland, away from the bay. And there's some marshes and some stone walls and some interesting stuff. We'll see if we can't get a photo out of it. So if I could just look at the mosquitoes on my arms. It is so buggy right now. And of course I did not bring any bug spray. Probably I should have. Well, you might be wondering why I'm wearing a hat. Obviously I don't normally wear a hat. I had two reasons. One, I know it's buggy out here, and it certainly helps with the bugs. Not as much as a long sleeve shirt probably would have helped, but second reason is I am running for Dana-Farber in a few weeks, and so I'm just putting it out there that I could use some donations. Hey, little shameless donation plug there. So I will leave a link in the description if you so desire to leave me a very small donation to Dana-Farber and cancer research. I'd appreciate it. So we're gonna walk in here
try to find a photo. Oh, what a nice sunrise though. Just look at that through the trees if you can. Let's see if we can focus out there. If I stop and the bugs get me, phone's not gonna focus for me, but it's very pretty out there. All right, we'll catch up with you in a little bit. So as I mentioned, there are 3 parts to this trail. I break it into 3 parts anyway. There's the bay and the marshes by the bay, which seems to be the buggiest portion. And then it moves into salt swamps, is what I'll call them. So swamps that are close to the bay and therefore probably still have salt water on them. They have a little bit different look. And then there's this section, which is the stone wall section. And I've always wanted to try to make a composition here because I like the lines, but I just don't know if there is anything. How long these stone walls have been here, it's hard to say. New Hampshire was founded a long time ago. Well, by American standards anyway. And they've certainly been here for that long, because there's nothing out here except me and the rock walls now. Or once there probably was a farm of some sort. So the rock walls go down either side behind me, which is neat, but I can't find an interesting composition to show that, how neat it is. So I don't know. So anyway, it moves from this portion into true swamps and beaver dams, then back into a pine forest, which is really, really nice. It's actually my favorite part of the trail, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there today. I've only got an hour before I gotta head back. So what I'm going to do, I'll walk in here for a little ways. And if I remember correctly, there's one of the marshes / beaver dam swamps is right up here, and the sun comes up right behind it. So with any luck, I can find a nice composition there. And if nothing else, I had a nice walk through the woods, getting eaten alive. But that's New Hampshire in the summer. Reached the swamp. The bugs aren't any better, so I'm going to take a picture very quickly and I am going to skedaddle on out of here. My arms and legs are just covered in bug bites right now. I'm probably going to look like I'm covered in hives later today. But what we've got here is the sun coming through the trees over here a little bit, casting light onto the swamp grass and ferns and the sides of the trees, and it's a really nice scene. I'm hoping it's going to make for a nice photo. Anyway, it's neat. So let me just flip you around and you can see. So, there's the scene. It's nice. I'll just get out there, take the shot, and get out of here and get away from these bugs. Another day of shooting is done. Well, another morning of shooting anyway. Who knows what the rest of the day is going to bring. This was an enjoyable trip despite losing a pint of blood to Mother Nature. If you're ever in the Newmarket area and looking for a place to hike, certainly recommend coming out here. Again, definitely in the fall and the spring when their bugs are a little less buggy. But sunrise is pretty impressive out here, so if you want to come in the early morning in the fall, you can get up a little bit later and come out here and it's really nice. Other than that, I'm going to finish up my little walk here and go home. If you are watching this, consider donating to Dana-Farber. Again, the link will be in the description. I'll also put a link to information about the Sweet Trail and the Sweet Trail Conservatory, or the Great Bay Conservatory, which I think is what makes sure that this continues to be public conservation land. And probably I'll put a link to some bug spray that I should have used. But yeah, I mean, it's a great place. I can't say I really ended up with too much of from a photography perspective, but it's really a great walk. I hope to come back out and do the pine forest, which is further up the trail, because it is my favorite part. It's just so quiet and so different from the rest of the trail. You really just have to see it to understand. So with that, I hope you were able to get out today and do some shooting yourself. Toodaloo.